Good morning, Year Sixes. Welcome to Lesson 2 for English. Hopefully all of the information that we went through yesterday has absorbed and you are ready to do another lesson. This one will be a bit shorter than yesterday's because this is going to be kind of like a slow process to get you into it, but we'll see how we go. So what I want you to do is make sure that you open your lesson booklet and then you have this in front of you. And again, if you don't have a computer and you're working on an iPad or a phone or a device, make sure you have a piece of paper or a book ready to go for you to write all your answers into. Also make sure that you have advertisements 1 and 2 open and ready to go as well. All right, let's get moving then. If you hear me rustling papers or something, I'm just trying to get my stuff sorted on this side. So yeah, sorry if that's a distraction. All right, first question is asking you to identify similarities and differences between the two images from lesson 1, so your advertisements. So you basically have to answer true or false to these questions. I'm going to read them aloud and then I'm going to shoot off whether they're true or whether they're false. Both advertisements use the word eco to show that they are good for the environment. That would be a true. Both advertisements have images of the actual products they were selling. That would be false. Only one advertisement has copy text. True. You should know that. You should remember that from yesterday. Both advertisements provide a website or contact details. True. Both advertisements provide a website. I've already done that one. Only advertisement 1 used figurative language such as alliteration or personification. Now, we didn't go through language features, but that is false because they both use personification. Now, I will go through language features a bit more, I think, in the next lesson. This one's set up a little differently. So we will go through what figurative language is and what personification is in the next one. All right, so you should have true, false, true, true, false. All right, now activity 3 is essentially the same thing that we did in lesson 1. So hopefully you have answered the questions from yesterday. So yesterday's lesson, I've projected them up onto the screen. We completed advertisement 1 together and left the second one. So what I might do is, as a recap, I'm going to quickly go through advertisement number 2. Again, if you were naughty and didn't do them now. If you did do them, awesome. I'm going to go through this as quickly as I can. So yesterday we talked over what some text features of an advertisement were. So we talked about the fact that advertisements have images, headlines, subheadlines, copy text, and logo. Now remember, I also did say that advertisements don't have to have all of those text features. Those are just text features that an advertisement can utilize if that works for their purpose. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through advertisement number 2. Have it ready to go. Have your pencil ready, your piece of paper as well. So again, you don't have to complete this again if you did it yesterday. So if you did both advertisements yesterday, just listen along so that we can kind of refresh our memory. Okay, so image. Describe the image. Is there a caption describing the image? So remember, we're looking at advertisement number 2. So there isn't a caption as such to describe the image, but we can still describe an image. So it's the girl leaning against the wall with her hands in her pockets. She's wearing the bamboo shirt, the bamboo jeans. But there isn't a caption. So you can say something along those lines if you want to. Is there a headline? What is it and what is the subheadline? The headline is the boldest writing, which is show your eco flag. Is there a subheadline? Well, yes, there is. It is directly underneath the headline, which says, with NBT's new line of friendly threads, jeans and shirts made from 100% bamboo. So there's your headline, there's your subheadline. Copy text. Is there copy text and what does the copy text tell us? So remember we spoke about copy text. Advertisement 1 doesn't have copy text. Advertisement 2 does because it elaborates and gives more information on what the product actually is. So the copy text goes on to talk about what they're made of, the feel of the product, and I guess maybe they kind of touch on the purpose of the product as well. You don't have to copy it directly into the box or onto your piece of paper, but just very briefly give us a rundown of what the copy text tells us. Okay, and a logo. Describe the company's logo. What is their slogan if they have one? Now, NBT's logo stands for, is NBT, and it's on the bottom, and it's also in that navy color as well. So it kind of adopts the same color as everything around it. Now, what does it stand for? I don't know if you noticed this, but in the copy text, it's the paragraph in the very middle of the advertisement. It actually says the words, bamboo fabric is the next big thing. And there's something significant about next big thing. Each of those words is capitalized. I think that's because NBT means next big thing. Don't know about you, but that would make sense to me. So the logo is the company's name and it stands for next big thing. Okay, let's move on to what's next. So in advertising, there is such a thing called salience. Now, salience highlights what is important in the text or the image of the advertisement. So salience is, I guess, created through the placement of like the words, the images, the colors used, how the text is written, where the text is, where the images are. So essentially salience is what stands out the most. If you were talking about writing, what is something that's repeated quite frequently? Or what is a name that's mentioned quite often? So something that stands out to you the most. That's what salience is. And salience is used very strategically in advertising. So if you were to see a McDonald's advertisement, quite often they have blank red background and they have an image of whatever the product is or the meal is. That's called salience. What do they want you to focus on? They don't want you to focus on writing, titles, names, words. They want you to focus on what that image looks like. They want you to go, get me some of that. That's called salience. So what pops out and what is the most important thing within the advertisement? And that's the same thing with these, okay? So this advertisement, they've strategically placed the girl against a white wall. They've put the text that's very kind of neutral, natural colors, and she is supposed to pop. She is what we are supposed to focus on. She looks relaxed, she looks calm, she looks comfortable, and that is the vibe that we are supposed to pick up on. All right, so hopefully you understand that salience means what is important, what has been focused strategically on the page, on the advertisement that is supposed to stand out the most, and that is the important, that's what's the most important. Okay, I want you to scroll down to question 4. That's what we're going to focus on. We're going to do this together. So again, if you're working on a notepad, that's a-okay. Write your answers down. You can write advertisement number 2, salience, or text features as your heading if you'd like to. And if you're working on a laptop, as I am, just write or tick the answers directly into the PDF. Okay, let's get going. Number 4, look carefully at advertisement number 2 and complete the following questions. A, tick the text feature that you think is the most salient. So what jumps out at you first? Is it the image, the headline, the copy text, or the logo? Now, there is a correct answer, and that is the image. The image is supposed to be the most important part of the advertisement, okay? Next one is, why do you think the creator of this advertisement made this the most prominent part? I think it's because you're going to write a few sentences, whether they're the same as mine, that's up to you. You can write your own. If you would like to write your own, pause and go and write it. If you don't want to, I'm going to just give you my idea of what I think, why they made the image the most prominent part. I think it's because they are trying to sell you clothes. They're trying to sell you the next big thing, which is these bamboo clothes. They want you to get the impression that you will feel that comfort, you will feel that relaxed, you will feel that content and happy if you wear their product. That is why she is leaning against the wall, she's relaxed, she's confident, she looks blissful, and that's because they're trying to sell you the product. They want you to think if you wear that, you will feel that way too. Okay, question C. Rank each of the text features in order of salience. Number one would be the most prominent, all the way to 4, which would be the least. So obviously, which are the most prominent features of the advertisement? That's what it's saying. Which stands out the most? So the first one would be, image would be number 1. Number 2 would probably be, I'd probably say maybe the headline, then the copy text and the logo. But I mean, the copy text and the logo, you can decide which order they go in. It's up to you. Okay, rank each of the text features in order of which best communicates the main idea of the advertisement. Number 1 would be the one most, and then the next. So best communicates the main idea of the advertisement. Well, I would probably say the copy text because it gives you the most information. So I'd say image, copy text. I don't know about the headline. I don't know that it really gives you a lot of information, but it's talking about eco-flag. It's talking about, I guess, saving the environment, being eco-friendly, and the logo gives you the least amount of information. So image, copy text, headline, logo. That's the order in which I would do it. The advertisement has an image on one side and all of the text on the other. Tick the reason you think it has been designed this way. I'm going to read them out. You're going to decide. Okay, the advertisement has an image. I've already read that. Mrs. Noon, get with the program. Okay, so let's start. Make it look balanced so the reader will look at the image and the text. To draw the reader's attention only to the image. To draw the reader's attention only to the text. So you have to decide which one you think it is. I'm going to give you a few seconds. Okay. I'm going to say it's the second one. So the reader will look at the image and the text because they kind of balance each other out in the sense that the image is just as important as the text. So to show that they're both equal in importance. All right, the next one is F. The color blue is used for the words eco-flag, friendly threads. Tick the reason you think this has been used. So if you don't notice, the eco-flag and the logo share the same navy blue color. So you need to decide why you think that's been done. Is it to contrast and stand out from the gold-colored text, to tie in with the company's logo, to tie in with the color of the model's jeans? So go and tick which one do you think it is. I think it is to tie in with the company's logo because the logo is navy blue and logos usually stay the same. Nike doesn't change its logo from one advertisement to the other. It's always a black tick. So they, I think, want to tie in with the logo. Last one, the logo is placed at the bottom of the copy text. Tick the reason you think they may have done this. Is it they forgot to add it earlier and that was the only position left? Is it the prominent place? Is it the most prominent place so the reader will notice it first? This is where a signature would go. So it is similar to a company giving a signature to agree the information above. Which one do you think it is, guys? It is the last one. It's the last one. It's kind of like their signature, the seal of approval. Okay, what I want you to do is, if you have access, I would like you to go and do the last activity. If you do not, that is A-okay, but if you do, print it, do the last activity on your own. Okay guys, now I left the previous lesson very, very quickly because my timer was running out. So what I forgot to say was activity 5 can only be done by some of you. Those of you who can print out the sheet, adapt an advertisement, can print out the different components of advertisement number 1, the Great Green Gifts advertisement. And what I then want you to do is, if you can cut them out, I want you to play around with the design. I want you to adapt the advertisement. I want you to experiment with rearranging the different features on a blank sheet of paper. Try placing the features in a different position, changing the size, using smaller or larger, because the sheet gives you different sizes of each of the features. So you're going to, I guess, rearrange and have a look at the aesthetics. So have a look at whether placing it in a different position makes it more appealing to the eye. Think of your salience. What do you want to be the most important part of your advertisement? So if you have access to a printer, I want you to print that out. I want you to get a sheet of paper, and I want you to play around with arranging and rearranging the advertisement. And what I then want you to do is go onto the table. So scroll down and go to the table and then fill that in. Have a think about emphasis. What text feature is given the most importance? Think meaning. Has rearranging the advertisement changed the meaning? Think about rearranging the features. Does it aesthetically, is it more appealing? Does it affect people's appreciation of the advertisement? Does it affect their understanding of what the advertisement is about? And think of the persuasive effect. Sorry about the cars, guys. I'm at home in my front room with the window open. Has it affected how much it would make people want to buy the product? So I want you to play around with it. The whole purpose is to make it better. Try to improve it and see how rearranging and changing it could make it better and improve the advertisement. So give that a go, guys. If you do have access to a printer, please give this activity a go. It would very much help you in completing your assessment as well, because you will have to create your own advertisement. And if you do it, maybe see if you can take a photo, upload it, or send it to me via email. That would be cool. I'd love to be able to see what you guys can come up with. So that's that. Thank you guys, and I will see you for lesson 3.